Hey, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. Colin, what do you got to say? And my takeaway is Justin Herbert, through 3 playoff games, his numbers are actually slightly better than Peyton Manning through 3 playoff games. He threw the ball. He threw a fastball to Keenan Allen underneath. He needed to have a little tempo on that. He had opportunities in the game. But, he had 2 bad coaches to start, and now he's got an awful offensive line. Everybody loved the Chargers and the points. I kept saying, guys, you can't have the 32nd best offensive line. It's bad in pass pro, run blocking, and your Hampton plays a play, and he's out. Like, they just don't have enough players. For the record, you want to know another quarterback the last 2 years who have regressed badly? Patrick Mahomes. Why? His own line stinks. It's the one thing, maybe Josh Allen is immune to it. Patrick Mahomes has been blown out twice in Super Bowls. Not because Tyreek Hill left. He won those. Because his offensive line was bad. So 65% of the rushing yards last night, Justin Herbert. They just can't stay healthy. And all their injuries seem to be offensive line and running back. So where they're thin to begin with. So, Justin Herbert is 2 things. A quarterback and this year a piñata. And so I don't know what you do. I wouldn't touch the Chargers. Everybody liked them. And I said, I love their kicker. I love their coach. I love Justin's toughness. But this offense is not good enough to win playoff games on the road against a really good New England team. So Patrick Mahomes, the last 2 years, everybody's like, he's not the same. Well, why would that be? It's his offensive line and pass pro. And for the record, Mahomes' lack of a run game. You can't put everybody says, well, Josh Allen, what does he have? A Pro Bowl left tackle, James Cook, and excellent tight ends. Now, I don't love the Buffalo roster. They have a great slot, couple good tight ends, star back, Pro Bowl left tackle. That is the Bill Walsh Niners compared to what Justin Herbert's working with right now. J-Mac with the news.
Yeah, everybody really does want to dunk on Justin Herbert, and it's so unwarranted. I live streamed that game, and we had a lot of, let's call them obsessed Kansas City Chiefs Mahomes fans, the Kansas City Mahomes. And the reality is because people will push back when Colin brings up Mahomes, like, yeah, but he won the Super Bowl. He's done that. He done that. And it's like he had way better coaching and way better rosters earlier on in his career. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, like, yeah, but he made a Super Bowl. Yeah, he got blown out, but he still made the Super Bowl. And it's like, yeah, and the O-lines were actually pretty good in those other playoff games, and they had other pieces to work with. In that one blown out Super Bowl, you did have Travis Kelce. You did have Tyreek Hill. You did have Andy Reid, et cetera, in 24 when you had a bad O-line. It wasn't so bad against the Houston Texans. It wasn't so bad against the Buffalo Bills. Did not hold up against the Philadelphia Eagles. And what happened? You literally couldn't even cross midfield. You literally couldn't cross midfield. Justin Herbert was pressured 25 times. Justin Herbert absolutely needed to play better in this game as well. He absolutely needed to play better in this game as well. There was moments that the O-line wasn't the problem, but then he needed to play better. But then his receivers were dropping the ball. He was pressured 25 times. He was the leading rusher, and he actually had a higher adjusted completion percentage. So factoring in drops and throwaways, then had a higher just completion percentage than Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Matthew Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, and that's it. We'll see what happens today in the other games. So he was being pressured the most yet, was still one of the most accurate quarterbacks there. He was pressured over 50% of his snaps. Let me do the math real fast. He was pressured 57% of his snaps. He was pressured 81% on his pass attempts. 81%. 81%. And they could not run the ball at all. They couldn't do anything to take off any of the pressure or any of the burden on him. Oh, sorry. I can show you the thing. I clicked the wrong thing. But yeah, and there was just no throws. There was no big plays that were made in this game. And yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But the reality is this, and this is what I said going into this game. I kept emphasizing this again and again and again. as Colin highlighted, but I'm the one that just kept magnifying it. If the San Diego Los Angeles Chargers won, it would have been the worst offensive line in the history of PFF's rankings to win a playoff game. I mean, it would have been extraordinary. And we directly saw why it's a problem. Also, because it's not just a problem for the quarterback, but it's also a problem to be able to run the ball as well. I don't know if you guys know this, but offensive lines affect the run game as well. And so they could not get anything going on the ground. Not only could they not protect their quarterback, but they couldn't run the ball. So their quarterback is getting lit up and you can't run the ball and you're having drop passes. It's like, what are you doing? It's also why you got to kick field goals. So how much of this loss is on Justin? Not a ton, because I think it was remarkable that they even made the playoffs and even got where they were in the first place. Sometimes that is the accomplishment. I mean, you can't point to other quarterbacks who in that situation would have magically done better. You can't go ahead and tell me that Patrick Mahomes would or something like that, because we haven't seen it. I showed you the numbers when Patrick Mahomes and I don't have them on me right now. I'd have to go dig back for it, but I made those graphics and showed you the numbers of Patrick Mahomes when he was pressured like 20 or more times. It was not good. It just did not look very good. And Josh Allen is arguably the most immune to it. And even he struggled significantly when he got pressured. He got lit up against the Houston Texans in that regard. He's a little bit more immune to it than probably any of these other quarterbacks because of just how physically strong he is. But he's got, what, a year left of that, and then it's a go. You know, it's like, I don't know. You think he's going to be able to take that for the next few years? Like, of course not. We saw him in the playoff game yesterday. I'm like, is this guy going to make it by the third quarter? I mean, it's such a physical beating, just like Justin Herbert did. So even if you're immune to it, it only lasts so long, man. That's short-lived. It's short-lived. Ask the quarterbacks who were truly physical. Mike, Michael Vick, Cam Newton, Andrew L. Like, they just all will tell you, yep, 1 minute you can handle it, the next minute you just can't. 1 minute you got perfect 20/20 vision. You're like, I can see everything. And the next minute you're like, is the TV messed up? The TV is messed up, right? It's a little blurry. Something's wrong with the TV. It's like, nah, bro, just your eyes. What? How did that just happen? It's called life. It's a bummer. So, yeah, we can rag on Justin Herbert all we want, but like, oh, Chargers, that's what I kept hearing. Chargers, charging. Dude, it's amazing that they even got to where they were in the first place. What are you talking about? They got decimated with injuries. Their offensive line is literally non-existent. When that happened to the Kansas City Chiefs, they did not make the playoffs. And Patrick Mahomes could not bring them to win games. Justin Herbert did. And you expect him to be able to win a Super Bowl under those circumstances. Now, he's supposed to do something that we've never seen any other quarterback do. I said this and I stand by this, and so far I'm proven to be correct. Josh Allen and Justin Herbert winning in the playoffs, if either of them wins a Super Bowl, it will be without a doubt with this roster. Obviously, Justin Herbert is already knocked out of. That will be the greatest accomplishment, will be the biggest carry job in the history of the NFL. And you saw in this game what Justin Herbert was going to have to be able to do to win this game. And it was just too much, man. It was just too much. He needed something. He needed just a second. And Justin Herbert needed to play a little bit better. So it's like, how much of the loss is on Justin? Bigger picture, none. 0. Smaller picture, really zoomed into this game. 10%, 15%, I don't know, a little bit. But it's also understandable why you didn't get the best version of a Justin Herbert in this moment. It's like, makes kind of sense. But like, nobody's open, can't run the ball, can't protect Herbert. He's getting lit up, not kicking field goals. I don't know what you guys expect some of these quarterbacks to do. And sometimes it's because you invent other things in your heads that they've been able to accomplish with various rosters. And it's like, this is exceptionally bad what Justin Herbert has to deal with in this moment of time. And as someone who elevates Josh Allen tremendously and says Josh Allen should be considered MVP, all those conversations, I just made I I just made a video where I praise Josh Allen a ton. Justin Herbert has it worse. Justin Herbert has it worse. It's not even close. I put both those quarterbacks together and both those teams together about saying if they win, it's an amazing carry job, et cetera, et cetera. And I stand by that, but like Justin Herbert's would have been even a notch higher, and it's okay to acknowledge that. I didn't blame Patrick when Patrick Mahomes lost in the Super Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't blame him at all, and everybody couldn't wait, and I was like, I don't blame Patrick Mahomes. What was he supposed to do? I pointed out that Patrick Mahomes needed to be better in specific moments, and that in the moments that everyone claims that he's just can magically succeed or he does great things, I pointed out that he simply did not. And I was like, there was times for him that he could have scrambled, made a play, and he did not. He threw an interception. He threw multiple intercept. Like he got flushed out of the pocket, didn't look so good. But I don't blame him for the loss. He went up against a better team, a better defense, et cetera, et cetera. So you can talk about how poor quarterback needs to play better or that he needs to be better, but not put all the blame on be like, well, and the whole past accomplishments is constantly using that as like a get out of jail free card when we're talking about an individual game performance and how things unfolding. It just does not make sense. So and Colin is the one that evoked Patrick M. So don't call me out. He's the one that brought it up. But when you have that, like, you can't just be like, well, this quarterback won in 2019. It's like it doesn't really matter. Like I always say, we're not having a legacy conversation. We're having a football conversation. We're having a football conversation. And I guarantee you the actual players in that locker room and that coaching staff, there is not a single person that blames Justin Herbert for that loss. There is not a single player that is going home to their wife, to their girl, whatever, and saying, if only Justin Herbert was a little bit better, we would have won that game. Not a single person is saying that. Not a single person and all the players around the league. Patrick Mahomes is watching that game. Josh Allen's watching that game. Andy Reid's watching that game. Travis Kelce is watching that game. Tom Brady's watching that game. None of them are just like, Justin Herbert just need to be better. If Justin Herbert was better, man, that would have been a game. His defense played great. Had him with 16 points. He got to be better. None of them are saying that. None of them are saying that. And again, they know football better than you and me. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Justin Herbert and the San Diego Los Angeles Chargers? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. So, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here. And absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.